Tall, you're right.
Collingwood 6'6" player he is.
The ball up in the middle of the ground. It comes to ground level, picked up by Kelly. Invereligh can't get clear of the tackle as, well, the ball is really thrown out there to Hutchison. They get away with it. It's come over the top to Greed. Greed now for North Geelong. Quickly into forward 50. It's almost in the goal square of this Ling and Fitzsimmons. They wrestle one another, the ball between them, and obviously the ball didn't come out, and the umpire has called for it. So 20 metres out directly in front of the North Geelong goal. They've started quickly once again as they did in the first quarter. Ball punched toward the boundary for Invereligh. Hutchison makes good ground to get to it first. Can't pick it up, however.
Worst against Hybans. De Blasio probably defends the space there. Ball's picked up by Trotter. Goes to Kelly. He releases the ball. Comes out. Goes to Harvey. And Harvey releases it back to Trotter. And now from full-back position is picked up by Brackley. Kicked in towards the centre of the ground. But going back with the fly, it's Matheson. Mr. Ever Reliable, this bloke. And he's the first bloke picked for mine every time you go out there. Ball goes off and it's out wide. Picked up there by on Turk. His kick wasn't good. Turned over. Goes to Biggles. Millard. That's what they call him around home.
So the ball thrown in half forward flank. Kelly does the ruck work down to Trotter. Handball goes out wide. They retain possession. Finally comes back to Kelly. Gave the don't argue. Got the handball clear, and now the ball is inside forward 50. But running off Lewis was Hable and took the mark uncontested. Goes out wide looking for and finding Fletcher. Fletcher, good pace on the left foot. Goes to the lead in the middle of the ground to Bryant. Bryant in front of his opponent. On that occasion is Booth and takes the mark back into the centre of the ground. And North Geelong through to Blasio again. There's a fair bit of how-do-you-do going on behind the play, as I think Bryant might have tried to test himself out and found out he wasn't as good as he thought he was. As the ball now goes out of bounds. Ball thrown in, forward pocket for North Geelong. Invereligh working hard in defence, need to try to get the ball clear. North Geelong handball comes out to Van Creek and kicked the first goal in the first quarter. Unfortunately not able to get a kick on this occasion.
Let's just say if he doesn't get three, I'll be surprised.
Ball thrown back into play. It's tapped down, picked up there at ground level. I think that was Purcell. Trotter grabbed high. Umpire Scotty McLeod can't see there through the contest. Fair enough call too. He was blindsided a bit, and
just about ripped his head off.
As I said, I think most of us could see it, but I think he's just got himself caught out of position. So the ball, Hybans does well again, picked up by Kelly. Kelly this time on his right foot, probably not his preferred side, but goes towards centre wing. Young McConaughey does well, takes Greed out of the contest, but the ball comes back to Greed. He pushes the ball back in forward, and Hybans does well. He reads the play extremely well. He's got the ball back. Don't know, he must have been asked to play on, but the ball's come back to Brackley, who goes back to the goal square. Ling goes wide, and Hickleton on the far side of the ground takes possession of the play. Goes out wide. Peel, he's in space all by himself. Picks the ball up, takes one. Can take two, but decides to kick the ball in. It's a good kick. Ryan Gerard comes up, takes the ball, swings on his left foot, kicks back towards the pocket, kick down the field, and the mark had been taken by Barnett, which is unfortunate for the North Geelong side because he was off and running, and Kyle Gillett will go back and probably shoot for goal.
Just wasn't smart by Brent Schwinnison there.
That was soft.
Well, but it wasn't smart. You don't need to take a player down after kick the ball.
Probably marginally late, but I agree with you, Daniel. Probably
You're allowed to hook a bloke on the wing in front of us, but you're not allowed to push a bloke as he kicks it.
The umpire's got to see it.
So, ball now with Gillett. Comes in, has one to his name. Nice looking kick off the boot. It's going to go across the front of goal. Tap there. Mr. Reliable's there. Matheson knocks it through for a rush behind. Lead North Geelong 3-1. We've gone 5 minutes. Second quarter. Commonwealth Hotel scoreboard.
So the kick in comes from Armistead, goes to the, I would have thought the attacking side of the ground. Numbers there with Invereligh. Handball came back to McConaughey. His kick is smothered, follows up well. This time he goes to full forward, but Armistead again takes the saving mark. Not a good kick, however, and mark dropped there for Invereligh. Picked up by Kelly. Handball to Millard, who's in all sorts of bother. He drops the footy. Picked up there by for North Geelong. He's immediately tackled, and the ball is in the hands of the umpire. That was Brady Watts there. Does well at ground level. The tap out there for Invereligh. They can't get it clear in the pack there. Now, where's the umpire? I can't. There's two umpires there. Neither of them are going to blow the whistle. Now they do. And just inside forward 54, Invereligh. At centre half forward, the umpire will put the ball in the air. Gee, Swendison almost could have been free kick there for impeding Hybens, however, not to be. Handball comes out to Fletcher for North Geelong. He goes long towards centre half forward. Elsey trying to make out he's being held. He's held his ground, however. Van Kreken didn't. Well, he did have a look because de Blasio had drifted back towards the full forward position. Takes the mark at the top of the 10-metre square. Plays on quickly. And a very good goal to North Geelong. Good understanding of the North boys.
You're right, Eric.
So the ball back in the middle of the ground. Hybens doesn't win the contest, but he gets it to Kelly. Kelly goes forward looking for Millard. Matheson's there again, and Darren Matheson takes the mark. So Matheson now comes wide, goes towards Fletcher in front of McConaughey, takes the mark. So he hasn't a big impact yet, young Cameron Fletcher, but was good 2 or 3 weeks back. And now kicks forward, goes towards de Blasio. Kelly comes across, comes to the back of the contest, picked up there by Marmo. Kicks the ball now. De Blasio goes in towards centre half forward. The only player there is Peel, who takes the mark. Now goes up over the top, goes looking for Purcell. He's tackled. Has or the pace or the strength to get out of the contest, goes wide, and Nelson takes the mark. The runner's there inside. That's where he goes, and it's gone towards Brackley, who now steadies, goes towards Peel, picks up a nice half volley. Pressure comes from North Geelong, some good tackling. Turns the ball over. Armistead goes wide, and the running player there is Pittman, who kicks in forward again. The kick this time not good. Hickleton doesn't take the mark. At ground level, the ball's knocked out of his hands and now picked up and released. I think it's Van Kreken again, just able to tap the ball along the ground, goes towards de Blasio. Hickleton over the top. Umpire's got to come in very shortly and take possession. That he does.
You can notice North Geelong's work rate and how they win the football, and their players get back and try and make sure that they get the tackles or the shepherds or the smothers required to keep the ball inside their 50.
So this time Brady Watts wins the contest, knocks it straight towards Hickleton, steps around one, goes short. Kicks doesn't have enough pace on it, but Anderson comes in and spoils Trotter. He goes back and collects it, but it's again picked up there from North Geelong. Hutchison comes in, long kick back towards the goal square. So again, a nice kick at ground level, picked up by Prendergast. Handballs over the top. Running player there is Purcell. Tries to get away. Strong tackle there by Marmo. Umpires let it go again, and umpire says it's going to be a ball up 20 metres out from goal.
We probably had no prior opportunity.
Good decision.
The moment he grabbed the ball, he was tackled. So, yeah, good decision.
They are holding the ball in well, though, North Geelong. Ruckman this time. Brady Watts goes up, goes to de Blasio. Again, Marmo, haven't seen him before. He picks the ball up, goes back to Swinnerson. Now it's back to On Turk. He's kicked round the corner. Doesn't have the carry he'd probably like. Front of the contest, Anderson strong at the ball. Picked up there, released by Brackley back to Hybens, and Hybens kicks out of defence and finds Brebner in front in the middle of the ground. Plays on quickly, goes out wide looking for Millard. This time the big fella's in front. Matheson able to get the ball back of the contest. McConaughey's there. All players run over it, picked up by Greed. Goes to Fletcher, hands off to Matheson, and now Matheson on the left foot goes short looking for Hutchison. He takes the mark, plays on, long kick in forward, goes towards Fitzsimmons, good spot, goes over the top of his head and has gone out of bounds and will be thrown back into play.
It's the worst haircut I've ever seen in football.
We're underway. Hybens took the ball, dropped it, picked up at ground level, handball out to Hutchison. He eludes Trotter, doesn't, however, elude the tackle as the ball there off the boot of Greed goes towards full forward, and the Invereligh defence more than happy to concede a rush behind on that occasion. So that's another behind to North Geelong. 4-2-26. They lead Invereligh 3-2-20. Common Defeat Hotel second quarter scoreboard. 11.5 minutes gone.
So McCarthy had the kick in. The mark has been taken, and I think it's Cameron Fletcher who takes the mark, pushes off his opponent, and Peel now runs forward, goes back in towards centre half forward, looking for players to come forward. Elsie was in behind, but the mark has been taken in front by Prendergast. And Pat Prendergast takes the mark, handballs off, goes wide towards Ling. Kelly leads for the race for where the ball's put. Nice kick. Kelly's up in front and takes a strong mark. Just steady things down, goes short. Millard's the target again. Matheson just keeps him away from the ball. Back of the pack, picked up there by Watts. Handball needs to be released. He gets that out now. Goes backwards, finds Armstead. Kicks the ball off the ground. I think he went looking for Greed, but it's picked up there by Swinnerson. And that's Brent Swinnerson. Goes back to Greed, and Greed now goes back towards centre half forward. Over the top of Weiss. The big strong attempt of a mark there from Booth, but it's picked up and kicked further afield. And going back with the flight is Ling, and again, Invereligh will turn defence into attack. The running player out wide, and it goes out to Brackley, who picks the ball up on outside half back, goes long, round centre wing, goes looking for Nelson. He dives, takes the mark on true centre wing.
This is where they've been breaking down. They need to get it from the wing to half forward.
So the ball comes back in, goes to Grenfell. Now he plays on through the centre of the ground. His kick's not pretty ordinary. Actually, Gerard looking for the ball to go over his head. It's picked up there by Swennerson. Kick comes out of defence, and it's long by Greig. Goes back to the half-forward line. Van Creeken at ground level runs onto the fall. Just, I thought Anderson might have stepped in his side path then, but he's gone in, dived on the ball, needs to get it out. Umpires let things go, letting it go, and now we'll call for a throw-up.
That's the 5th time in a row they've broken down Invereligh, moving the ball from the wing to their half-forward line. Terrible, terrible skills.
A lot of this game is being played between the half-back lines of both sides. So ball up. This time Swennerson gets the first tap. Hybens the second one. Goes to Anderson. Weiss jumps on the ball, looking for option, feeds it out. And I think it's Marmo that comes out or emerges with the ball. He's tackled, comes out in the tackle. Umpire calls him for throwing the ball. And the recipient will be Jace Kelly.
Not too many get out of a Kelly tackle, do they?
Looks a bit like Blissy. I think they had a bit of a to-do last week, the two boys. Look like brother in arms. The ball comes out and it goes to Harvey on centre wing. Spins back inside, goes short in the left foot again. The kick's not good. Coming forward is Armistead, and Armistead takes the mark. He goes out wide looking for Greed. Also McKnight, who's just come onto the ground, takes the mark in front of Nelson. Again, a short kick, this time to Greed, who's pushed further afield. Now it's a long kick, going towards the hot spot at full forward. Elsey uses his body, and they call him the body, Toddy the body. And he does well, keeps Ling away from the ball, and takes the mark 25 metres out from goal.
Just building on what Daniel said, the ball did break down again for Invereligh with a bad kick by Harvey, and they were able to get the ball inside their 50 quickly for North Geelong, and just a smart kick, able to kick it into the central corridor where Todd Elsey was able to use his body effectively to take a strong contested mark.
So Elsey now from 25 out will see him put his second goal on the board if he's accurate. He likes it. The umpires come back to the middle. That indicates to me that it's...
With Shane Stone back onto the ground as the ball... Neither ruckman got the tap on that occasion from the ball up, but Weiss tried to feed it out by hand from under a pack. Can't do so. Umpire puts a whistle on play, and we'll have a ball up once again. Still in the centre. 15.5 minutes gone. 5-2, leads 3-2. North Geelong in control. Hybens, big punch forward. Over the head there of Stone. Good tackle by Stone. Sees the ball spill out. Now he puts a tackle on. Umpire said it's not coming out, so we'll put the ball in the air once again.
Just some quick news on de Blasio, Daniel.
Yeah, mate, he's going to come back onto the ground. Weiss is going to come off and he'll be replaced. But de Blasio's still got blood on his jumper, so I don't think he'll last too long.
So, the ball now... the ball kicked high in the air at centre-half forward. McKnight, the not 15, said the umpire, took the mark. Now, ball, handball over the top for Invereligh. They can't get it past that centre-half forward position. As out of the packet comes to Fletcher, who goes towards half forward. Gee, just about a free kick, I would have thought, to de Blasio, not paid. Hybens takes the ball, gets tackled. Jones picked it up. He's tackled. Now there's a whistle on play. Player held without the football. To Grenfell for Invereligh. Not sure where to go. Short. Yeah, found teammate is on this occasion. Taken by McConaughey. Through centre wing. Goes along the boundary to a 2-on-1. Not a good kick, and easy mark taken for North Geelong. Splits the play, goes across the ground. Anderson takes it. Handball quickly to Swennerson. Gee, put down after he kicked the footy, not paid by the umpire. Now there's a whistle on play, and the free kick has gone the other way. It's a free kick to Invereligh. So just backward of centre. Invereligh now. This time through Hartles. Goes towards centre wing. Mark not taken there by the big fella Hybens, and back it comes to half forward. This time de Blasio's made some space, takes the mark uncontested. He's just outside forward 50. There comes the lead from Elsey, but chopping in there with great work was Prendergast to take the defensive mark. Oops, he got blocked where he was wanting to kick the footy to, and goes wide to centre wing. Good work there for Invereligh by Peel. Peel switches back into the middle of the ground. Kelly's waiting there. Takes the mark. Plays on quickly. Gets tackled. But now a long kick towards full forward. 1-on-1 for the first time in the day. Lewis, too tall, too big. And that's the first occasion that he's been able to put the big hands up and take the mark in the full forward position. So he's only 15 metres out, directly in front. the opportunity to bring Invereligh a little closer to North Geelong.
It was well done by Peel there to take the mark and kick it in centrally to Kelly.
Absolutely, yeah, good positioning.
Yep.
And now it is Lewis.
3-2.
Not a good kick. In fact, he's missed it. And the time scores from other games, Dale, as the ball kicked in by North Geelong.
Yeah. Quarter-time scores, Winchelsea 2-2 lead Geelong West 1 goal 2. Werribee 4 goals 2 lead East Geelong 3-2. Thompson 7-6 lead Anakie 2 goals 1. Bannockburn 4-2 lead Corio 3 goals 5. And at Belmont Lions 2 straight goals trail Bellpost Hill, who are 6 goals 6.
In the meantime, the ball's been travelled the full length of the ground here from the full-back position where Elsie...
I think hamstring soreness was been his problem over the last couple of weeks, but they're continuing to play him. But at some stage, you're going to have to give him a spell. But the ball in the forward line, Watts working hard over the ball. He's tackled, went head high for the first one, but dragged to ground. Umpire comes in and takes possession. So while they haven't been good, there's been some consistency, I suppose. They've let the game flow. This time, Hybens again knocks the ball out well, picked up by Pittman, tries to release the ball. It's only as far as Grenville, goes over the top by hand. This time goes looking for Brackley. Handball wasn't good. He goes back and collects it though. Picked up by Greed. He drops the ball, comes out. Now it's picked up. Van Creeken on the left foot. Nice kick going in towards Hutchison. Usually strong overhead. Being held, says the umpire. And the free kick goes to Hutchison. 40 metres out from goal, directly in front. Nice left foot kick, this young fellow.
Make the distance
well
easy,
within range.
Nelson jobbed him as well after he played for the free kick, and then Hutchison played for another free kick or a 50-metre penalty. But the umpire said, "Mate, just take your kick."
Half a full, Nelson.
Quarter.
Thank you. So Hutchison, I suppose in the context of this low-scoring game, this is an important kick for North Geelong. So Hutchison coming in, as I said, will kick from about 45. Accuracy shouldn't be a problem. Distance also not a problem, and it's through for a goal. So
second half.
All right, so in the middle, it's tapped down by Swenison on this occasion. He's starting to become quite competitive. The ball under a group of players once again, and the umpire puts a whistle on play. 22 minutes gone, second quarter, and the ball is still in the almost the centre circle. Hybens held his ground in front there, gets a tap down, but North Geelong at ground level, as they've done most of the day, doing very well. Ball comes out to young Jones. Quick kick forward, Greed. Oh, through the ball out. Umpire right in front of the umpire, right in front of our broadcast position. A two-handed basketball pass on that occasion.
No, there was a flick pass.
Blind man Freddie would have seen that one.
The ball now back to centre-half forward for Invereligh, but gee, they're breaking down badly at centre-half forward, as has been noted earlier. Jones, handball out wide to Swenison, and his kick has found Watts on the outer centre wing. Watts now for North Geelong. Back towards centre-half forward, Swenison. He's got away from Hybens. Gets the handball on quickly. Not a positive handball, but de Blasio makes it look pretty reasonable. Oh, Greed dropped the handball as it came to him. De Blasio's had to butter up again. Does well. Grabs the footy, goes to full forward. And Ling just got caught ball watching, I'd suggest, on that occasion, because it was a poor kick. But Todd Elsey realised it was going to drop short, ran forward, and Ling was caught totally out of position.
And sorry, Eric, and if Todd Elsey's able to kick this goal, it would be sort of indication of just how many second and third efforts de Blasio was able to make and change the course of the game in terms of Invereligh clearing it from their back half.
Absolutely, and the goal umpire...
25 minutes, probably a little bit of time to go. Ball tapped down by Hybens, picked up there in the centre ground by Purcell, tries to force his way out. Kelly does so, handballs back. It's a nice handball, goes towards Bremner, gets the ball, goes wide, looking for Gerard. Swenison hot in his trail. Gerard fell over, Swenison picked the ball up, kicked round towards the wing position. Hutchison takes the mark, goes on his left foot, goes short, and Pittman, he takes the mark. So still on the centre wing, ball goes over the top. Greed this time gets the ball in his hand. Kicks in the ball, goes looking for Elsey again. Ling from behind. Good spoil there. Support arrives. But Elsey goes back and collects it at ground level. He can't get enough momentum going forward. Nelson comes out of defence and goes to Kelly. He steadies. That's better delivery going forward. And Millard takes the mark this time. So the big fella. Oh. Lucky the umpire didn't tackle, or Hutchie didn't tackle because he was going. The big fella now goes back, and now he's called because he's
went forward.
Matheson's
gone over the mark. You're right. And 50 metres to apply. So Millard will go in. Feeling a bit awkward calling him Millard. I've been known him as Biggles for all my time. So The big fella at centre half forward. He's presented well, but the kicks coming into him haven't been good. They've given Matheson every opportunity. So if they can clean that up, it might give him a chance. So the big fella now needs to go back and kick a goal.
They need a goal badly, don't they?
Certainly do. Reece Millard comes in. Only 25 metres out from goal where Matheson stands the mark. So he'll kick from about 30. Big fella comes in. It didn't look too pretty off the boot, but I tell you what, it's gone straight through the middle. And it's a goal to Reece Millard.
Middle. 27 minutes gone now as Hybens clearly a tap down, but Hutchison, the secondary tap forward for North Geelong, picked up by Kelly, however. Off a step towards centre half forward, over the head of Millard and Matheson. Ball at full forward, picked up there for Invereligh. The little handball came out quickly to, I couldn't see who that was.
Millard again, I think, big fella.
Millard, Commonapune Hotel, second quarter scoreboard. We've been going 28 minutes. Kick in for has come to Hable. At half-back flank, goes looking for Greed on centre wing. In front, Hybens can't take the mark. Has Greed at ground level, does well. The nice kick has found a teammate on half-forward flank. Jones, good mark going forward. His kick is well controlled, but not to the advantage of North Geelong until Fitzsimmons makes it fantastic. He's just missed to the left-hand side. Really at this level of footy.
Certainly does. So now the ball from full back, and it's Ling who drives the ball out, goes outside 50. It's a nice kick. Gee, I think there might have been hands in the back there. The umpires let it go.
But that was North Geelong on North Geelong.
Yeah, well, no, I think the big fella Hybens got a hand in the back. Swinnerson might have just put his D's.
We don't have hand in the back of the country. You've actually got to push him.
Hand in the back. Ball goes in. Elsie doesn't take the mark at ground level. The ball's picked up there by Kelly, who's done well. Comes out of the contest. Goes to Bremner. Bremner steps inside. Has time to steady now. This is the important kick. Again, it's not good. It's too much air. Back of the pack. Gerard, he can't pick the ball up. At ground level, North Geelong just dive on the ball. And umpire comes in and takes possession.
How well is Jace Kelly playing today? He is
played a blind.
He's almost single-handedly lifting Invereligh into the contest.
So the ball now thrown up, picked up there by Hybens. He actually takes the ball out of the ruck. Brady Watts knocks the ball forward. Ball's now with Armstead. Armstead handballs to Greed. Trotter doesn't tackle the coming player coming through. It's a nice kick, goes wide, looking for Fitzsimmons. Has too much run on the ball, and it goes over the boundary line with...
Of course.
So the umpire throws the ball back into play. Again, big fella Hybens knocks the ball himself, goes and collects it. Nelson over the top, tries to feed the ball forward, coming the other way. Watts goes by hand to de Blasio, to Jones. Jones just gets his hands touched as he was going to handball. Greed puts it into full forward. Elsie's up, can't take the mark. Higgleton's there to support. Chips round, goes wide, looking for Purcell. Kicks good. Mark's taken, and the halftime siren sounds here at Invereligh, which will see North Geelong go in 7-3. They will lead Invereligh 4-4.
Goal kickers for the...